JB Media is back with more content to share, with free drops that include thumbnails and logos of character classes, schools of magic, guild icons, background textures, the most adorable potion mimic you've ever laid eyes on, and so much more. As a patron, you get even more free content with access to exclusive drops. But fear not, if you're not a Patreon subscriber, there are still bundles available for purchase to glam up your virtual tabletop. Tons of creepy crawly monsters, spooky shadow creatures, dragons, oozes, tiles to customize your dungeon. What more could you ask for? One of the benefits of supporting an independent artist is that you can always submit a request to have custom assets or monsters drawn for you. Check out JB Media today on Patreon or on Instagram at jbmedia.dnd. Don't forget to like and follow them for more fantasy drops.
This is a Wicked Cool Kids production. Spigot to precipitate.
Syphilis.
All right, ready?
But
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello. Go.
was
Go,
that the
go,
countdown?
go.
Was it? For what?
Oh my
Go.
Joe's getting so
well.
overstimulated now.
Joe's broken.
Hi, yeah.
Go,
Welcome
go.
to another Wicked Cool
Go.
Kids
No,
podcast.
stop. Ready?
What? No, it's too late. It's done now. It's,
5, 4,
as
3, 2,
always,
1, go.
You've started us off this way
Just go,
for the
Ryan.
last
Just
like,
go.
few recordings, and I love it. How are you all?
It's super great.
Always good. Always good. I think-
Kristen didn't sound super great.
I have to try and remember not to lean too much on my chair because it's been bad, but it's getting
Lean
worse.
back.
It's definitely. It's
Have you
making
tried
noises.
spitting on it?
I only with a pole. I am Joe, and with me, as always, I have Lee.
I'm
and
Jason.
Jason and Kristen. Apparently, Jason and Kristen had a body swapping experience.
Oh,
Tell us
yes.
about it, guys.
Well, I mean...
Well, right, we're
this,
out.
Wait, no.
in
This
the middle-
is proprietary information. Just trying
Shut
to
up,
get
Jason.
Can we
You
not
don't
share
talk
this?
that much.
Okay.
Let Kristen talk. That's what normally
Kristen,
happens.
knock it off. Oh my God. This is going to be a thing. Kristen, shut up.
Sorry, I'll be quiet.
We have to get our patent rights nailed down first, and then we can talk to you about it. But I know that you're just trying to steal our information, and I'm not going to let you. Just like you tried to steal my time machine. Anyway, hi, hello,
I
hi,
didn't steal
Joe.
your time machine. I helped you make it.
You did.
Yeah.
Ready, set.
I
I'm really
feel like
excited
you were
to
having
work.
a dig at me then when you were saying stolen information.
Can't think why.
Jason, you're so
My
sensitive.
favorite,
Yeah.
though, is that when I opened the Google Drive this morning, there was the picture of you, that picture, just right in the middle,
Yeah.
right in the middle of it. Because apparently we never ever want to lose that, so
Well,
we
s-
had to put it on the backup for the server drive.
It is,
Okay.
it's important. It's very important that we need
Very
to keep,
important.
We need to keep that safe and secret. Well, not so much secret. I mean, I've just leaked out to everybody.
Keep it
so-
secret. Keep
But,
it
um,
safe.
Listen,
Yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
that's what they try to use to shame me
for
into giving them
context,
money.
right? For context.
Oh, I forget. People can't see
right.
into my brain, can they? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the.
For
We haven't got
context,
that
yeah.
invention
People can't
yet.
see
We're,
into
we're
my brain.
I
not
don't think
that
I
far
want
ahead.
it. If anyone's trying to invent a see into Lee's brain invention, please stop.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude.
we can look at people's brains. I just don't think anybody's interested in these specifically.
Okay, well, whoa.
Yeah.
I think had any like researcher ever just sat down or near Lee while he was having a conversation, they would be very interested in his brain.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think
very interested, but
so.
we don't have
How
time for that.
smooth
So-
is
For all
this
the wrong
guy's brain?
reasons.
to provide context, Lee, with the biggest heart on the face of the planet,
As a fucking idiot.
That's
No.
not what I was. That's not what I was gonna say. Happened to place trust in the wrong source because they thought it was a friend having trouble and accidentally got and
All my
had
all my
some-
OnlyFans content gone, leaked
Gone,
out
except
for
for-
everybody.
except for the one picture for like the homepage, so we have that safe
Yep.
in our Google Drive, which is what I just stumbled upon as I opened it up to.
Made your morning
Get
though,
my-
didn't
You know, it did something to my morning.
it? It's a beautiful.
I thought I
picture.
needed coffee in the morning, but apparently I just need that
No.
as like But you can keep rubbing your nipples if you want. There are no dice there right now.
No, I know they're quite sore, but yeah, that's another story. That picture was for Jason, though. I took that
Mhm.
especially for him as a
Mhm.
little reward for
It's been
doing
robbed.
some stuff.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
So, you know,
Anyway,
it's the gift that keeps on giving.
it is something. It is something. How do we want to start? I think if you don't have anything planned, Joe, I'm gonna make you tell us about your present now.
Yeah,
Yeah, you teased us with it before, and then
I teased you with it, and then you all started bullying me, so I decided I'm not going to tell
You
you
know
anymore.
what? I'm tired of this freaking word. You're a liar. Joe.
What teased?
Joe, I heard you received a gift. Pray tell, what is said gift?
I did receive a gift, and it was a wonderful gift, and it was so simple and wonderful. I wanted to share it because it's the sort of thing I think everyone could do and
Mhm.
would be appreciated. Right, so it's something actually that Kristen, you have got me before, and Jason, you have got me before, and Lee, I'm waiting for yours to arrive in the post.
No pressure.
So my I have
Chest
an
hair.
I have a, oh my god. I have an in-person D&D group that I DM for, and the players have been very appreciative. I got them some dice when we first started, like once they were committed, so that they could all have their own dice. I got them a set dice each, and then they have slowly but surely kind of got all of us and or each other some presents. So the first thing they got me ages and ages ago was this mug that says, "When the DM smiles, it's already too late," which I love. But last night, one of them arrived and started pulling little teeny tiny like A6 sized notepads out of his bag and just handing them around the table. And for each person he'd made a
take
little
notes?
notepad to take. Well, so
Mm.
not just to take notes, but specifically to take character notes. So like he's put a sticker on the front for each of them with their D20 and their class, and then on the inside is a printout of their character. And the idea is that they can, as they go through and learn how to use their characters, they can add notes about like, oh, these are the things when I take an action. These are the things I should be thinking about. Like, I'm a barbarian. I should be raging whenever I want to start my turn. Oh, when I rage, I also do what's it called, wild magic. So I should remember to roll the dice for that, so that they've got succinct and simple. And I thought that was really sweet. And I didn't say anything or expect anything. And then he turned to me and was like, I know you've already got a book that you write notes in and that you keep track of things in. So I didn't want to get you a little notepad. And he did say that if I had a particular character that I really liked, that I could have one. And I might ask him for one for Odo because that would just be beautiful. But I don't need it, but it'd be great. But he got me instead the same sort of stickers to put on my existing notepad, and they're like specifically GM stickers. So my very boring blue notepad that I've been making notes in for this campaign now is covered in D&D stickers. And it was just really nice. And you open it up and it's got another picture on the inside now, and like really, really simple. He knew I already had a book, so he could have got me one, but he knew I needed to keep the one, and he just gave me stuff specific to me and specific to what I was doing that have just elevated the things that I take in a little bit, and I'm really happy about it. And I think it just made me think, because a lot of the time when we've had campaigns or things like Kristen, you're really good at sending little things like that, and Jason has sent stickers to pretty much everyone on the planet, and it's really appreciated. But it's very easy when you're in a campaign or in taking part in games to want to, thank your DM in some way, and not all of us can afford to buy like new content material or to buy a mug or whatever. And I just thought that was such a nice way of kind of saying thank you that meant a lot, but was
So
was good.
that actually, I love that. And I actually would like to talk about gifts to DMs and players. So several things happened all in that conversation. You were like, I gave my players dice. And I was going to say, the only thing I ever got from my GMs was trauma, But
Lies.
I thought that
Absolute
I thought that
lies.
at least one of them might be like, I gave you a set of cursed dice, and what are you talking about? Anyway, so then the second thing went, oh, you liked those stickers enough to use them, Joe?
Yeah.
But not the stickers that other people give you? They just sit
Well,
in an
You're-
envelope
so-
somewhere? Nope. So we'll
we've-
just continue about the things that I was thinking.
No,
You don't
we've
even have to
already-
respond. It's fine. So then the third thing I thought was,
Such an asshole.
I know. That's not actually what I thought, though. But if you want to put that in my brain, I know.
Not only do I
Mhm.
cherish those stickers too much to stick them on anything, I still have the envelope they came in, goddammit, and the card that you get. Like, they are still. That's where most of them are. I've got a couple that I have put on things, but I can't. The problem is once they're on something.
But Joe, they're on Redbubble. You can just buy more.
One
No,
of them
that-
is legitimately just the Redbubble logo. What is that, Joe? You're like, I keep all
That
of
one,
my
sure.
special stickers
get that
here.
for every
It's like-
delivery.
No, but look, that's because look, the ones that you look, they are
Look at
here. But
that.
and I'm so listen. This one especially, the emotional support water bottle,
Uh-huh.
that was going to go on a water bottle
Mhm.
that this month died, like completely.
How does a water bottle die? Okay, all I'm
Done.
hearing is
It gets
now,
punished because I take it everywhere, and it died. And if I'd put this sticker on it, that would now be gone, and that would have made me so sad.
You,
So I am.
you need a sticker board then. You need a board
Yep.
dedicated to stickers.
We're just gonna take that sticker and make it into a card.
I knew Jason was coming like this.
Excellent.
That is wicked cute, kid. Oh, I like to lose. Okay, but so now I do want to talk about DM gifts, which was not planned, but I think that it's great because there is currently, if anybody is listening that think that I might be talking about them in the next minute or two, just stop listening and fast forward 2 minutes. So there is somebody that there has been a concept working in progress, right, this whole time. And it's hard to find something good. And like you said, like content is good. Content also,
It's a
like I
simple
know
one
you
though,
said,
isn't it? It's just like you get it. It's not really a personal touch.
right.
I think personal like gifts to DMs that mean something.
I feel like I'm being personally attacked right now.
Why?
Listen,
Why?
because I've given the gift of content
Uh,
several times.
Yeah, but this will forever be.
I'd had this. Yeah, but that is the worst. So
No.
I was talking to Jason about it. What was it last night that I was talking about it, Jason?
About
I think so,
thingy.
yeah. That's like I thought the night before.
Yeah. So I got Lee this really cute reusable cup that says "Tears of My Players" and thingy, because Lee always used to say when he was describing something, like you look outside and there are really pretty trees that are glistening with snow and the juxtaposition of springtime butterflies fluttering around and thingy. And I asked your
I know.
wife
Yeah.
if she thought it would be okay to put that on there. She's like, yeah. I was like, you don't think it'll make him self-conscious at all? And as soon as you got it, you stopped saying it. So that is the worst gift I've ever given
No,
to
no, no,
anybody.
no.
I'm
'Cause,
convinced. No.
It's
No,
because it's
it's-
materialized now. He doesn't have to put it into
Yeah,
the world. 'cause
I've got it
it's
But no.
captured
created.
right here on
But
a cup.
I don't have it anymore.
Well, you can
You
see
took it
You
away
can just-
from
You
me.
can just look at it. It's in here, isn't it? I drink
You
it
took it
daily.
away from me. But yeah, like if anybody listening has either as a DM gotten really great gifts from their players, or as a player, has a DM ever given you a gift besides freaking trauma? What makes a good gift? I think that content can be nice,
Yeah,
right?
it's definitely
Especially
great and appreciated.
like, well, when we got him stuff, he didn't have like anything on D&D
Anything,
Beyond.
nothing at all. Yeah.
So building a library, that was not, because I often feel terrible that it's on the DM all the time. Hey, $50 a pop, go grab all of these books, at least the 3 core ones. That's $150 that you spend.
And worse than that, when players come to the table and they're like, "I've got all this content. Can I use stuff from it?" And I don't want to be like, "Well, no, because I don't own it. That's
I don't
not.
have it.
There's
Could you
no
share
reason
it?
for them not to be able to use stuff from Tasha's, but I didn't have it at the time, so it was
Tasha's
difficult
is
for me as a DM
overpowered
to.
anyway. It's
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
But no, I appreciate the content stuff as a DM because you are paying out to try and keep it as up to date and as entertaining. You're always looking for new content, so that
Yeah.
content can add up over time, and you're spending like way into the hundreds on at the rate that Wizards of the Coast are putting out stuff these
Right.
days.
Yeah.
You're spending maybe 500 quid a year on D&D content if you're getting everything that's coming out.
But is there
And,
something like super special? Like,
Is that like as a long term for both in person and online? So the online stuff, the digital content will always be fantastic. That's a great option because we can use that online to go forward and create our journeys. But for in person, yeah, it's slightly different because you got the physical books and then you're working off them, and you can use the online stuff. But the other players usually have a printout or have the characters, so they don't need the access to the online stuff.
mhm.
So that's when I think more of the personal touches, like the stickers, come into play. Because you're going back to them, or the dice that are used physically, something that is reusable, and meaningful to the person. So it doesn't have to be like any set of dice. It can be, oh, you're playing a paladin, let me get you these dice that look a little bit more angelic because it suits your character that you're currently playing. Kind of just those small touches on there as well, but like not everybody is as creative as we are in here. So like I make stickers for all of my players in the IRL game because they could stick it on the notebooks that I got them, like little A6 tiny notebooks as well. And one of the guys, Christopher, literally stuck it on the back of his phone the same day he got it, and I was like, "That's bold."
Very bold.
Just no thought about it. It's like, right, that's gonna go on the back of my phone. Just instantly stuck it on there.
That stresses me out so bad.
That's commitment way too soon.
Like that's the ultra opposite end of the spectrum, is Joe.
Yeah, and Evelina got them all like unique little dice bags that have like certain things that are related to their characters in game. So Moa's character, it just cries when she gets stressed. So she got a little dice bag that says "crying is a free action."
I love that. I do love that.
Priyank's got a one that says "high goes, low rolls" because he's consistently rolling natural ones in our game all the time.
You got a Kristen as well.
And what was Christopher's one? I can't remember what it is, but it's unique to him as well. And it's just like it's a dice bag. It costs less than like $2. You know what I mean? But it's got something personal on there to them, which is the meaningful part. It's not how much is spent on the gift.
Oh, yeah.
It's knowing the people that you're playing with and knowing what they would appreciate, rather than going, I'm just going to get them the most expensive thing.
Oh, I don't even think it has to be expensive at all. But
No.
something is nice because it kills me when the concept of giving your DM a gift is foreign to some people, because it is foreign to some people. But that's why even Joe, when you were talking about, hey, we're gonna be hosting and we're gonna be making dinner, and I was like, you are the DM. You are DM. You don't cook dinner for anybody. That's different. WCK After Dark. No. But I know that it's hard when you're like, we're a group of friends. We all do this. But I sit there and I think about the amount of prep that goes in. And maybe it's because we all know who I am. And the amount of preparing for anything I feel like I need to do. I can't imagine having to do that on a weekly basis and then just having people not even give the time of day to acknowledge that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that. I mean, like for our Saturday group, Priyank has consistently been bringing like the Swedish version of mulled wine called Glug with him every week since Christmas because he could get it dead cheap. And one day he was even like, "Can we get over early? And I'll make dinner today, and then we can play D&D afterwards." And I was like, "Yeah, sure you can. We can go shopping beforehand. We can get the stuff you need, and then me and you can sit in the kitchen, do some cooking, and then we can eat and then play."
If Priyank is listening,
What
the second space in the kitchen is mine, so you're allowed to borrow it from time to time. But the second space in the kitchen is mine. Thank you.
He's a
Continue, Jason.
placeholder for now.
Just
It's
don't bother making
mine.
any huevos rancheros because it won't
Huevos
be-
rancheros.
Just-
Ah, bah, bah, bah.
Yeah, his mise en place is terrible anyway. So, but Moa came over and she brought like some white chocolate fruit thing that she made in the oven as well. So occasionally we don't ask for them. 'Cause I'm happy to host because I enjoy hosting and
You're a feeder.
giving things to people.
You
Yeah,
are a
Yep.
feeder. You're
I'll
an
make,
old
like, a
Italian
cake.
grandmother.
and put it out for them to try, and they'll be like, "You made this," and I was like, "Yeah." I live off the compliments that they give for my food instead. But when they do come over with bringing stuff, it's like it's always appreciated and it helps. You know what I mean? It's like one of them goes, "Oh, don't do anything this week. I'm gonna bring this." I'm like, "Sound cool. I don't need to worry about that now."
Hmm.
I also, to be honest, I enjoy hosting, and there's a certain element of, because I'm out of the group, the one with experience, being able to control when and what and where and how we eat. Like that sounds very like I don't know, domineering or I don't know, but it's helpful to be able to be like, okay, you've all arrived at 7:00, and then I'll be like, cool, we're going to be eating at 7:30. We can eat at the table with the food that I know is going to be okay to be eaten at the table, and get moving. And I know they're not going to do it. Whereas leaving it to someone else, it can become a lot more flexible and a lot more, which is nice sometimes, but it also tends
got everybody's
to mean
soup.
way more disruption.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
we all got soup at the table.
Yep.
On a big paper map.
Sessions can go on for a long time, right? So it's sort of important to be able to pace things comfortably for everyone.
Yeah.
And it's
We
I
had
don't
that
mind it, it's
discussion
fine.
though, didn't we, Joe? It's like having stuff that you can bring to the table, like sort of fingery food rather than a full-on meal. So I never do a proper meal, and when we did, when Priyan cooked, we sat down at the table and then cleared the table and then played D&D afterwards.
Mhm.
But usually it's just snacks. Here's a little bowl. Go and grab what you want and a drink and bring it to the table.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff.
That's very smart.
Mostly soft food, so there's no crunching going on at the table as well.
No crunching.
Yeah. Well, you can
Triggering
get
people's
yeah,
misophonia?
it can. Yeah, exactly, and it can be a little bit overwhelming for a few people with everything going on, all the information, and then someone's chomping on like crisp or something like down your ear at the side.
Right next to you, just in your ear, just
Yeah, just like just like sometimes you're just like, is this on purpose? Because you literally got your face in my ear right now.
No, I just love you so much. I want to be close to you.
What'd you say? Carrot stick.
I think there's quite a big difference gifting an in-person group versus an online group as well. In some ways, like I really enjoyed receiving this mug. I very deliberately use it when I'm playing with my in-person group because it's this nice little nod to what's going on. One of the things that makes me most sad is that I have a beautiful dragon egg dice bag that the person who gave it to me never sees, because not only are we play online, but we also have thousands of miles in between us, and when we do play online, invariably it's not with physical dice. We sometimes have those opportunities, but so like it's an awesome gift and I use it a lot, but I kind of want the person that gave it to me to see it, and they
To
don't,
know it,
and that makes me
yeah.
a little bit sad.
I got the same dice bag that I get to use regularly, but not with the person who gifted that to me either.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
I don't have an in-person game, so I'm just sad they can't. I just
You're
it's on
just
display,
straight
but
for
that's
that.
it.
And I don't have a dragon egg dice bag, so I feel all left out.
Oh, whoever gave us one is an asshole for not
Well, I'll
including
start crocheting one for you. I'll make you one. That'll be.
What?
I'll crochet you one.
Oh, can you teach me how to crochet?
No, fuck no.
Oh.
It's gonna be
That's
hard
rude.
enough. It's gonna be hard enough being able to get on with it myself and teach somebody else. We already know I've tried and I can do one way, but I can't do.
You can't flip it and reverse it.
Yeah.
mate.
Yarn over.
Yeah, I can't yarn fucking over. That's the problem.
You know, there's no genitalia are supposed to be involved. That's where you go wrong.
That is probably where I am
You
going
know,
wrong.
you don't fuck anything, mate. That's the problem.
Oh, are you using that as your hook? That's not. That's.
I thought it
That's
was.
not.
It's too thick, mate. It's
Is
too
it?
thick. So one of the few times that your enormous member is
It's
not
said to use
appropriate.
a 5.5 mil, and that's
Mil.
Yeah.
Milliliters? What's that?
Millimeters.
All right. Okay. Can we?
Millimeters.
Mil is. Would you call that mil?
Mil just means
Millimeters.
millionth of.
We say mil is milliliters. Anyway, I
because you
can't.
weird and mixed.
I can't
like,
do this
imperial
morning,
metric.
Joseph. Moving on.
She's got a wand out and everything. She's about to Vadakadaya.
Moving on. Was there something that we wanted to talk about today? Besides ill rigor, which I'm not prepared.
Joe said he had a question that he
epic
was
musical.
going to
What was
ask
that?
us
Don't
last
bring that
time.
up again.
Epic.
I
Oh,
said
God.
I had
I
a
did-
question.
No,
I
Joe
didn't.
said he had the question, and then he's like, I don't know what the question was.
Yeah,
And we were like, well, just ask it. And he was like, okay. So now's his chance to ask the question.
I had a question, and I know I had a question, and I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't rember the question or where I wrote it
How
down.
does it start? Maybe we could jog your memory.
Go through the alphabet.
Clearly.
I was hoping to catch him off guard, and he'd just say,
To whom it may concern.
I have this spot on my.
No. I got a cream for it. No.
I don't think it worked.
That has come up twice now in different campaigns where people have less than savory issues going on in their nether regions, and my character is either a cleric or an alchemist and has to create some sort
Only
of...
twice.
Yeah, I mean, only. How many times has it happened to you? I feel like twice is way more than it should be happening across
Well,
various campaigns.
One of those times was in my campaign.
I
so
know.
I feel like.
And then the second
that's-
time is now in Lee's campaign because I have an alchemist and somebody else has a...
So what you're saying is Brett needs to. I mean, it's only a matter of time. To be honest,
It's
at this
only a
point,
matter
the
of
way you
time, yeah.
behave.
Juniper is just going to tell you to spit on it.
She probably is, but you know.
Do it.
He's going to say, "I need some help with that."
And she's going to
Can't
be too
reach.
stupid and she...
She's good
spit on
height
it.
for it.
The end's too far away.
Anyway, did you really need to talk about that, Lee? Because I feel like...
What? I don't see why not. I mean, it's an obsession of mine. I've jumped onto it.
I feel like the word obsession isn't even scratching the surface
I
as to what it
know.
is for you.
I'm currently listening to it as we are recording. So,
That's
it's
rude.
been it's been
Addicted.
start to finish.
Get in the water.
No, not there yet. That's the only one you know.
No, it's not, because I walk around either saying that. I literally will walk around my house, and Esme the other day was saying something. I was like, 600, man.
Oh, but yeah, I thought it was great. I think we need to host another musical one. You need to watch that. Not the same one. You need to watch that one I sent you to check to see if it's right. The Hamilton one. See if it's on.
Hadestown.
That's the one, not Hamilton. Why
Hamilton is on
Yeah,
streaming
on-
platforms.
Yeah.
So Epic the Musical
It's my new
Right.
obsession
is literally what you put on
from the day I
Do-
wake up.
from the day you wake up until the night that you don't wake up.
Yeah,
Yeah, on
it's great.
repeat.
I mean, it's
My favorite
amazing.
is like because you have the Discord activity turned on, and what is Lee doing? He's fucking listening
Listen.
to Epic the Musical again.
Every single day.
Well,
If
just-
that one person gets a penny for every time you personally listen to it, they are already a millionaire. And I don't even know how that works in terms of like time and space since you've heard, but it's
you know what? If you're listening, person who's made it, I know your name. I think it
say
begins
his
with
name.
it begins with
Jorge.
J. I don't know its full name. Begins with J. Jorge?
Jorge.
Jorge? Yeah.
Jorge.
Oh, it starts with J anyway. That's about as far as I got. Anyway,
The
if you're-
Welshman saying a name
I said
sounds
it
weird to
starts with
pronounce.
J. You said Jorge.
when you get your millions come in, just remember, I'm your one true supporter. I was the one who carried you there because just don't forget me.
Yeah, it only counts once per day.
Does it really?
IP, mate. So yeah,
Ah, well, that's unfortunate.
you have to listen to it on multiple devices, mate.
Well, I do
Jorge
because
Rivera Herans.
when I switch through the house, I'll like if I'm going upstairs, I'll put it on
Move
my
from
phone,
your phone to your
car.
yeah.
or the kitchen, some
Mhm.
Alexa, or upstairs, wherever I'm going, just so it just follows me around because that's my new obsession. But I thought it was great.
Just
We
need
did the
integrated sound system, mate,
Yeah.
for your house.
we did like what was it, like
It was a
a watch,
community like watch
yeah,
through.
watch
Yeah.
together, and Fen put it together. We watched the animated thing of Epic the Musical, and it was fucking great. And I have just not got off that hype train. I'm there. I'm
Can't
still.
stop, won't stop.
I don't think it's that I won't stop. It's the thing I don't want to stop.
No, I think it's I can't.
Yeah, maybe maybe I have to go to rehab. But I do think you should watch that. I think you should watch
Extreme.
that.
I think you might be right.
Be rocking in the corner, singing it to himself.
600, man.
It's actually just so good. It's comforting. It's been the one thing that's consistent at the moment that I can rely on. That's
Wow.
no,
What,
no,
you hear
that
that?
yeah,
You hear that,
that I
Kristen and
know-
Joe?
I know that's gonna be the same thing no matter what. Nothing's gonna change with that. And there's just been stuff going on in the background that's not consistent. So it's the one thing I can count on that's gonna be there when I wake up. The same noise,
every
the
time.
same sound.
Yeah.
I know what I'm expecting, and it's comforting. But I think you need to watch the one that I sent you to check through it, the Hades Town one, and we do a Hades Town watch together.
I think we just need to find it playing somewhere and get tickets to go see it.
Yeah, but then I don't get to
Yeah.
experience it with you guys.
No.
In other words, then he has to go outside.
Fly somewhere.
And then they might not.
Fly somewhere. No, it's I'll listen to it. But the thing is,
Yeah.
right? The original Broadway recording, the man who plays Hades on that is great, but I've seen it twice, and the person that I've seen it play Hades is like,
He makes you weak in the knees.
listen, let's not talk about Daddy Hades like that. But he has a phenomenal voice. I much prefer the person who I saw over the person in the Broadway recording. I mean, I'll listen to it all day, every day. The person who played Hermes is the guy from when I saw it in person is the person who was in Zoolander, and he was Mugatu's assistant that brought him foamy lattes.
Yeah.
And the whole time I'm like, I know this face. Who is
Can't
this
put it
face?
anywhere.
And we get home, and Chet's looking through the program, and he's like, is that the guy from Zoolander? And I was like, oh my God, it is. It just made it even better. Yeah, Hades Town is amazing. And I might force you. You said that I could choose any soundtrack here in a couple days, and you would just have to listen to it. So I might just have to
Yeah.
force you to listen to it.
You're in charge of on ride home, so of
Mhm.
music. That's you. That's your job.
Yeah, that's
Beep,
not happening all
beep.
the way back.
Who's got the keys to the Jeep?
Not me, because I don't have a Jeep.
Well, that was a different song. Anyway,
I've got
is
a Vauxhall Tig one that's apparently a new car at this point by what I've replaced on it. It's Trigger's
Oh
broom,
my
isn't
God. Were you still?
It's like the boat on the panel.
it?
No,
philosophy question.
I'm trying to remember because I know that we knew each other when I still had my van because that got totaled after the other car
Yeah.
did. But there was a day that we just woke up and the whole thing wouldn't turn on and the whole transmission had to be replaced. So it was a defect in the car, but there was like defect after defect, and we're like, we're literally rebuilding this car. It has a
Yeah.
brand new transmission. The whole thing after that, like, just completely shit the bed. It was such a terrible experience. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it. It makes me sad. It comes up on Facebook memories because I innocently was like, what the heck's going on? Anybody can come and help me. My car doesn't work. And then that was the first day of the rest of my
Oh, I
It
feel
was all
that.
downhill from that day.
But
I
onwards
had
and upwards,
MOT
isn't
on
it?
2 cars
life. Yeah.
recently that both passed for the first time in my life.
You what?
Both his cars passed
My
MOT.
cars
Well-
passed MOT on the same day. First time.
Oh my
ever.
God.
No, not even recommendations.
Did you make a cake?
I think we got takeout that night. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, we
celebration.
celebrated. We're like, oh, we don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on replacing parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just for a moment, I was like, I don't think a cake would work as a bribe for my mechanic, but it's worth trying.
I've seen the stuff you bake. Oh,
Yeah.
you know what you could do? Make him some raspberry ice cream.
Yeah.
That might work.
That was demonic. That stuff
That
tasted good though.
work. Yeah. How are everybody's games going?
How are everybody's games? What do you mean, like, as in just in
All of
in
the games
general,
that you're
all of
playing.
the-
Yeah, how are they going?
Good.
All right. My Saturday game, I only survived because I stupidly put in an NPC companion player that is me, just so they can, because they're all pretty much new players, and they didn't have any kind of dedicated healer, so I gave them a cleric who was a couple levels higher than them
Mm-hmm.
with
You
mass
did
healing
what?
word.
Because they needed what? You gave them.
A
Sorry.
warlock.
Well, no, that's I.
See, when my party needed someone
Cleric.
like that, I was like, I know someone cool and awesome that I really like that I'm going to invite to the campaign to help out.
And then you
And Jason
invited
was like,
Kristen
I'm going to do this by
instead.
myself because fuck her.
It's in person, so you'd have to fly over here every Saturday to do
I
it.
mean, I'll
so-
do what I have to do.
Sure.
For the good of the people.
Yeah. Classic cleric.
But they only survived that encounter because of this NPC, so now I'm feeling like they need to be punished, and I'm gonna have to get rid of this little dude.
No, you can't, because I've got to play him before he dies.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, then maybe that's how he dies.
That's
they can
gonna
blame
be his
you then.
epic ending, mate. Yeah. You're gonna have to sacrifice
You
yourself.
two are terrible enough that absolutely.
We are not.
But
Yes,
yeah,
you
I
are.
had one of them
Both of
down
you.
twice. One of them I had 1 HP, another one was down once, and it just was not looking great until this side NPC just came in, saved the butts. So it was a close one. They're all panicking for a moment, but then hope rejoined their eyes as they finished out the end of the session. And I've not been able to play the Monday game with you guys because my PC died.
I know.
But hopefully by the end of this week we'll have another one set up and running, so we
We'll
can
be
get back on it.
Yeah,
But
we'll be back in
until
action.
then. But I've been enjoying Lee's Wednesday game a lot. We had a lot of roleplay moments on the Wednesday game, which have been really quite deep and interesting
Yeah.
from a player perspective. So
Yeah, it was a hell of a roller
how are you
coaster.
feeling on that?
A hell of a roller coaster.
It's been
It's been.
it's been
Just
so
go.
much more RP heavy, but I'm not even that's not even what I mean. So not RP heavy, but like the RP being heavy. Like
Yeah.
it has been heavy themes.
Heavy RP rather
Heavy
than RP.
RP. Yeah, sure. Whatever. You know what I mean, guys. The content has been
Been deep.
Deep cuts
content.
only.
Mm-hmm. And I'm very much enjoying it. So Alistair specifically, right? I've played with him before as just kind of the cleric that came into Joe's to heal people so they didn't die.
Just save the day.
And there were some RP moments there, but I think the group overall was more excited about combat. And then to see a different side of Alistair over here, who isn't like the loudest player, but he definitely gets involved in it, and it's great to see that side of him. And then Ben is great for RP, and really like. In the very beginning, there was that time where I reached out to him and was like, hey, I just want to make sure, like, you're okay because I can go hard. And he was like, no. And he's checked in with me several times to make sure that everything is cool, which I really appreciate. But I think we're definitely on that same level that where we're not scared to go into those heavier topics and explore them. So, yeah.
Sounds great.
I loved his
Yeah.
character
Really
when he introduced his character the first session. Slate
Who?
Flock joined the
Alistair.
part. Yeah, and he's like,
I'm known by many names.
yeah, by many names, and reeled off all these names, and everyone's like, who are you? Never heard of you.
What?
It was amazing. And then he went on to absolutely destroy that encounter, and I was like, I might have a problem here fighting this thing.
And then he started rolling like shit.
Yeah, and I was
So-
like, okay, that's fine. We're fine. We're okay. We're okay. He must have
Balance
just
was
got.
restored.
Yeah, he
And
got.
now he hates
Problem
himself.
solved.
So that shows you the trauma that Lee puts on his players.
Oh my god, it's Lee has not been kind lately. Lee has not been kind. No,
I've been too kind. I
No.
think it's just
you have. You have. I think you're taking a little bit of like context from the Odyssey at this point.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, killing babies, cool. Killing a whole like shipload of people to save one person who thinks that they're more important than everybody else, cool. Like, let's just go
It's
old
not that-
school
we're
Greek
not-
mythology.
we're not there yet, but we will get to.
I mean, you're fucking working your way over to it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
Whatever.
I loved it when there was just that one session where the whole party had like so much conflict with each other. One of the
Don't
characters.
steal from me.
Wait, don't steal from me. Don't steal from me. I'm gonna pick the stranger up. I'm gonna fuck his brains out because that's
Okay,
what I
whoa,
do.
First of all, he's not a stranger. But second of
You
all,
met him
maybe. But
Not
literally the day
anymore.
before.
Yeah.
So.
He's not a stranger. I spent the carriage ride to this.
Yeah,
to
we had
this
at
thing.
least one character ride together.
That's
We,
right.
we had this discussion in Jason's campaign, right? Where if someone died and there was lots and lots of discussion about, oh my god, but why don't you guys care more? And someone was like, but hasn't it only been like a week since we first met?
Yeah,
It's like,
we
ah,
don't even know them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's very very
Lee,
difficult. We said this in a
Sam
previous
and
podcast.
Bob Werner, because their characters pre-existently knew each other before the rest of the group kind of came together. So there's a longer history of like semi-friendly rivalry in the kind of the Thieves Guilds back when they were younger. So there was a mutual respect between them, and probably the closest friend to Sam that he had.
the
since Sam was
friend.
He
such a
could
loner.
get
The
the
friend
FR
word.
part of that word out. He was my
Frenemy.
uh-huh. He was
He's by
For
far the
acquaintance.
hardest character I've ever had to play. I struggle
though.
with him so much because I know everybody hates him, and I don't like feeling like that.
That's not fair.
I don't think
mean-
everyone hates him.
I hate him.
I think a lot of people just don't understand his point of view of his upbringing and what the responsibilities he's had on
Sam
him and the
is
pressure.
a bitch. Like, let's not. Sam is a bitch. He is a whiny, childish little bitch who's like, the only problems in the world that exist are my problems, and
Sam is very good at saying "fuck you." What do you mean "fuck me"? How dare you? So
Sam
it's great.
is tough, and I'm really excited that you're. I keep saying it. I'm really excited that you're playing Sam because I think it's important for you to explore this side.
I have been so close to throwing the towel in and just going, I'm killing him off.
I mean, but you got mad at me. You're like, wait a minute. Why are you just gonna kill Juniper? Why are you just gonna kill Juniper? Juniper is very
but-
similar in terms of the fact that like people do not love Juniper. I love Juniper.
Everyone loves
So I had this conversation with Priyank the other day because he puts a lot of pressure on himself in D&D to play it like a video game and to be the best. And I
Mhm.
said, just because you roll bad in game and the characters aren't happy with what happened doesn't mean that the other players don't appreciate the situations that come
Yeah.
from it.
Yeah.
I just struggle
And
with
it's
that.
trying to separate the,
But
the
right,
two
but
of them.
that's-
It's difficult.
that's-
Yeah.
Hard to
We've
separate.
had a whole
we did it.
episode on that. It's really hard to kind of separate those two in yourself, right? Like, ooh, maybe people don't really like Juniper, but she brings out a lot of really good situations. And you know what? If somebody needs saving, she's gonna go do it and not even think about herself. She's just gonna go and do it. Oh, that big
Yeah.
dragon over there, I am the tiniest of the tiny. I'm gonna go try and grapple it because that's what they do.
Yeah. The bad rolls as well. Like you, first of all, you don't have control over those. But that reminds me of a statement I made. A statement I made literally last night with my in-person game, where the players were deliberating whether to send an NPC friendly Mr. Krabs out to some shipwrecks to try and find some treasure for them. And I had made this crab very personable, and they liked him and did not want him to die. They spent a long time going backwards and forwards. And then I just said out loud, I mean, because they were like, oh, but what if Joe just kills him? And I said out loud, I'm not just going to kill an NPC. And then they immediately sent him out to the shipwrecks. And I picked up my dice and said, but the dice might. And rolled. Like, none of us can control the dice. As it happened, it all worked out because they rolled. Yeah. I set the I rolled got them to roll a D100 and me to roll a D100, and over 50 on their side, he survived, and then my D100 determined what injuries, if he got any injuries, and they rolled over a 50, like 52 they rolled, and I rolled a 49. So Mr. Krabs came back with one leg missing, but was fine otherwise.
He's got several.
But it was
fine.
Yeah, nobody just outright kills NPCs.
No, I'm not. I'm not just going to kill an NPC.
No, you're not. But Lee will.
Lee will.
I knew this was coming. Fine. I could see the look on
Lee
your face.
will. Yep. Lee will, and Lee will after his most favorite sister in the whole world goes like, "Can you just let me have one nice thing? Can you just?" Yep.
Of course
Are
not.
you going to take this away from me? Nope. Oh, by the way, I'm going to take it away from you.
I won't.
lied.
But
I'm going to take it away from you. There was no. You literally set up the whole situation.
To be fair, the NPC was dumb. For
no,
starters.
he's not. He's not dumb.
And there's a fine older gentleman on board that could replace him easily.
I like where that's going. I think that's leaning that way.
Wow.
But he sustained.
I'll just disguise self to look like your ex-wife. It'll be fine.
he may have sustained a massive
you just did
injury,
one thing for me.
but
okay.
he's still
you
hit.
Literally no, he's not. It's not for reasons that we won't discuss right now because I don't know when this will be released and I don't know where we'll be in our campaign. But it's not him. It's not him.
Okay.
You've taken away the biggest part of him. Don't say it. Don't say it. That's not what I'm talking about. You've taken away the biggest part of him that makes him him.
His big smooth brain, Lee. Take it away.
Okay, you know what? We need to move on. You know how I said I didn't want to talk about bullying? Why don't you stick up for me when those two assholes bully me all the time?
So, the other thing that came up in my campaign, since you asked how the campaigns are going,
I don't care anymore.
The players spent. So leading up to Mr. Krabs going into the water, and this was not the first and only time this has happened. It happens a lot.
Get in the water.
In fact, even before that, they spend a lot of time discussing what they should and shouldn't do. One of the things was like, do we touch this heart or do we like freeze it or do we this and that and the other? One of them was like, oh, well, I could use this cantrip to do a thing, and they spent 10, 15 minutes talking about it, which is fine. I want the players to feel comfortable. As the DM, I kept the clock running. So if that was a time-based thing, they would have been running out of time. But that's up to them. However, at one point, I sort of gently suggested, why don't you just it's a cantrip. You've got nothing to lose in terms of, like, you're not going to lose a spell slot, and you're not talking about not doing it because you're worried about the repercussions. So just, feel free. You don't have to wait for everyone to be in agreement. You all individually have autonomy, and if your character would get fed up of a discussion and just do it, then do it. And she turned to me and said, yeah, but I don't want to waste everyone's time. And I was like, if you'd done that 10 minutes ago and just tried it, you would have found out that nothing was going to happen. But because you've deliberated, should I, shouldn't I, you've almost got the reverse problem. And I think players, especially new players, are scared of doing things in case it causes problems. And I wanted to say to her, and I'm going to talk to them at some point, like, I don't think any DM, there are some, I don't think any good DM sets out to kill their players. You want to have a story unfold, right? There will be DMs who want maybe it to be very, very perilous, and there are horrible DMs out there. But generally speaking, if you and your players get along as a DM, you don't want them to just walk into a room, set off a trap, and all die.
Yeah, you want it to be difficult. You don't want it to be deadly.
There are some campaigns, like Tomb of Annihilation, where that's like inherent in it, but you also go into that campaign knowing it, Curse of Strahd is the same, knowing that you're probably going to die, and that releases some of your inhibitions anyway.
Mhm.
But in most campaigns, I don't want my players to walk into a room, touch a button, and then all of them just be trapped and die and have to make new characters. That's boring. So it's kind of okay to just touch stuff and see what happens, because the worst that's going to happen is an encounter ensues, and you don't have to fight most of the time. Like, if it's really
Yeah.
bad, run away. You're fine.
I think
Yeah,
that's what
I
a lot of
mean,
players struggle with is the concept of running away from a fight. They think if they're in the fight, that's it. It's do or die.
Yeah, it's either we finished. Either they come out victorious or we do.
Yeah.
But I think it's Matt Corville has a great video on failures, and that it's not always you roll a natural one to jump over the trap. You don't fall into the spikes and die. Your natural one means you slip and you're hanging onto the edge. Now give me a dexterity save to see if you actually fall in, and it's about creating it narratively to punish them and
But not even
the
so much punish them.
illusion of fear
Just
rather than
yeah,
actually just outright punishing them.
yeah. But just show them like this could be a consequence. So maybe next time they'll come up with another way. Like they'll
Yeah.
carry a ball around with them that they can roll to set off the traps, or befriend someone that they hate and force them to go first. You know.
Or just say, hey, we're going to do a thing. What are we going to do to prepare for the eventuality that this sets up? Like, I feel like we four as a team are pretty good at being like, we're going to pick up the statue off the plinth, and probably something bad is going to happen. So how are we, before we pick up that up, that's definitely happening. But before we pick up that, what are we going to do when the boulder starts rolling down the corridor?
Yeah.
And having that mentality rather than are we going to pick up the statue makes it way more interesting for everybody. It doesn't mean that what you decide to do is going to work or is better necessarily, but sometimes it means you spend 30 seconds talking about opening a door that turns out to be unlocked and not trapped, rather than 20 minutes.
It's hard though because, like this happened the other day in Blades, where you and Chet kind of had an idea that you wanted to go do something else, but you weren't the first ones to talk. And the first ones to talk had a different idea that went the way of socialization versus murder hoboing. And so that idea diverged into two, and you can't really make them both work together. And so if you had just done it, if Chet had just done it, then it changes the situation big time. And some people don't want to be in charge of that. I think in a game like Blades, where you can go in flashback, you have the ability to be a little more free and say like, okay, I'm going to do this, but also we can flashback and change the way things happen versus in D&D, right? If I just decide to go on my own, because I've listened into games, right, where I've messaged like Lee on the side, is that person always like that? Like they're just going to do whatever they want and fuck the rest of the team. I don't give a shit. Like this is my idea. And I am a single person unit that's working alongside a team. And nobody wants that either.
I think it's knowing your team in those situations, though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
and
hard.
Who you are playing with.
Right, because Juniper will very much be that person who's like, I mean, I want to do this. I'm going to go touch the butt. And so she's going to go and do it. But we have enough rapport in that group where I think everybody else is like, okay, well, we know that she's going to go do something. We have to figure out exactly like Joe said, when the ball starts rolling, what we're going to do, because we know she's going to go trigger the trap.
Yeah. But that's part of it though. Like if you're playing, you know that you're in a scene and it's clearly coming from D&D and everyone's onto the reference of it. Do you not want to try and run away from the boulder? Is that not the point of doing the story? Is that you get into those close situations? Because if you just switch it out and nothing happens, where's the fun? Like you want to be the Indiana Jones running away from the boulder. You don't want it to be successful every time. Like you get into no fun scenarios that way. You want somebody to.
You don't want it to be too easy.
That little bit of chaotic,
Yeah.
And what's the point of doing the story if you're not going to fall into these traps, even knowing that the trap is coming up?
I feel like a lot of that comes from keep coming back to it over and over again, that video game mentality. Because in a video game, if you touch the trap and it sets off that rolling ball, and, for example, you're not a high enough level to do this side quest yet, then it sucks and you have to restart or whatever.
Start over,
And that's sort of not how it works. Like I feel like most of the time, if you're in a location that the DM has allowed you to get to, then chances are you can either work it out or get out. Or they will have foreshadowed stuff a little bit at least.
The DM would have give you the context clues or wouldn't punish you severely, even if it's like bypassed their view of what might happen. They're not going to be like, all right, a boulder rolls over you and you die. It'll be like, now it's a chase scene scenario. How fast can you get your dexterity? Here's the path that you're running down. It's got these bars up ahead. You can maybe jump onto them with a successful dexterity save, or if you've got any creative spells.
Yeah, turn and fucking blow it up.
Then you're not going to just get flattened.
Meld into earth straight through it. Fucking boof.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
You've just got to think what's the, like, just like a player, what's the value of me touching the thing? Also, like, as a player, think what's the value for the DM? Why would they want to stop us from touching that statue? Ultimately, if they don't, for whatever reason, if they want to punish you for what you choose to do with the statue, if the result was, if you'd done it well, you would have got some gold. The outcome is you don't get the gold. That's that's what I was saying earlier. I don't think the outcome is ever, and then you die.
You die.
And
that might happen. That might happen as a result of dice rolls and silly decisions. And I'm going to stay back and hold the boulder for the rest of the team, and it just squashes you. Cool. That might die, but
10-ton boulder.
That
rolls over the.
But I don't think that's ever really the. I don't think that's ever really the aim, right? The aim is there's a trap there to prevent you getting something cool, or there's a trap there to prevent you from finding a secret door, or there's a trap there to catch you out and lower your health, so that when you get to the next encounter, you're a slightly disadvantage.
It's a more difficult. Yeah, that's it. But that's all creative writing and like forward thinking, and it's not a punish to the players, but it's an enhancement for the story. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what they kind of have to think. It's not they did something wrong, therefore they should be punished in some way. It's that they did something wrong. How do I creatively make this interesting now? Yeah. Is, I think, a better way to view it. But I know some games DMs will want to go, you made a mistake and you deserve to be punished for it, which in my opinion is not really the right way to run a game. But
Lee, wipe that look off of your face immediately. Like, if I could turn off gesture camera, right? I'm so mad at you. You should probably just turn around.
For the example of
no.
Lee,
if you're gonna stick up for him, I'm gonna shut off your camera too. Just stop.
I think what Lee's doing will create some drama and interest and roleplay points going forward in the campaign.
Could we, like we just discussed how very heavy the drama and RP has been in that game. We could take a breath.
You could, but
maybe have a session or two without.
You just you just had 2 weeks of sex and fixing an airship up. What more do you want?
That was like a 5-minute montage. That doesn't count.
Some people only last 5 minutes. You know, it's not an issue.
Okay, we're gonna just move along. Jason,
should we? Yeah.
We're gonna go to Monster because I have something. Cool. I have something to say. I'm very excited about it. Go. So Monster, go. Monster.
Okay.
Go.
So we're gonna guess the last episodes, aren't we? So let me go through that description again. So before the coming of the gods, these aberrations lurked in primordial oceans and underground lakes. They reached out with their minds and seized control of life forms and the mortal realm. Their dominance made them like gods. Then the true gods appeared, smashing and destroying their empire. What are they?
A monster.
A monster. Would you like to go last, Kristen? You had something to say.
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
okay.
I think Lee knows what it is. I feel like this is a thing that Lee knows. I'm not sure if Joe knows what it is.
Do you want me to say?
But I have a thing to say. Yeah, go say it.
If you think, go on, Mike. Go on.
It's an aboleth.
Okay, Joe, what do you think it is?
Aboleth.
Cool.
Okay, so I couldn't remember it, and I was like, Jason's given me specifically this information, and I said, should I go through and look at my old campaign notes? And then JB Media showed a picture of a monster, and I was like, ha! That's the name of it! It's an aboleth. I couldn't remember the name. And then I saw it, and I was like, I win! So thanks for the point for this week.
JB Media, always helping. But this one, So that was one that you guys had played, or you guys had fought a lesser being of in my game. This one, I don't think I've ever thrown at you guys, but is part of common kind of folklore in some regions, so it might stand out to you anyway. And maybe more for you, Kristen, because this is a fey creature
Oh.
that lives in dismal and polluted underwater layers, surrounded by marrow and other aquatic animals. Beauty drives these creatures to fits of anger. When confronted with something beautiful, they might simply attack it or deface it. If something beautiful gives hope, these creatures want to cause despair, and if it inspires courage, they want it to cause fear. That is in our podcast chat, so you can read through that of your own speed as well.
I'm excited. I'm excited, even if I weren't excited because I feel like I may know it. I'm excited because the look on Lee's face looks like he's strong.
No, I'm
confused.
trying. What I'm trying to think of is, I think I've used this monster before, and I'm trying to think if it's the right one. I think I've used this against one of the first groups. It's the attacking.
Don't talk about it.
The attack.
Okay,
I
we'll
can
just-
say that the attacking the beauty thing. That's
Oh.
that sort of like is making me think I've used this before.
You had it attack.
Well, you guys can think on that.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I don't know if we've all got spells, but I've definitely put mine in our bargain bills.
I've got
list.
mine.
I have.
Um,
I've been
yeah.
naughty because
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll give you a pass this week. I'll start with mine then. So for this week's bargain bin spells, we reach deep into the bin and pull out a scroll and unfurl it, and we have Viscous Mockery, which is a cantrip, 60 feet, targeting a creature from the Enchantment School of Magic. You slowly, very slowly, unleash an insult at the target, which takes them a moment to process. On a hit, the target takes 1d6 damage and must make a wisdom save or lose their reactions for 1 minute while they continue to ponder what the fuck you just said. The save may be repeated after the second missed reaction. So yeah, you take a d6 of psychic damage, and the writer effect is no reactions for a minute while you just sit there and go, what did they just say to me?
Why are they saying so slow? Just get it. My brain would be like, just fucking say it. Just fucking just get it out. Just I'm gonna finish a sentence because it's taking too long to say it.
But everything becomes so thick and viscous in your brain while you sit there and continue to ponder what they said.
Good brain.
Yeah. All right, Jason, what you got? I saw what you got.
I got
Cute.
Zone of Floof, which is a altar of Zone of Truth. It doesn't make you tell truth or make you do anything, really. I'm sticking with the kind of friendly spells theme that I'm going on for these bargain bin spells. So Zone of Floof is a second level, 1 action, 60-foot range with a 15-foot sphere that you need animal, that can be llama, sheep, goat, wool, to cast the spell as a component. It lasts for 10 minutes and it's enchantment. But you create a 15-foot sphere of difficult terrain made of soft, fluffy wool, which will reduce any fall damage by 3d10 plus your modifier.
And bonus, we can pull out our crochet hooks and just side quest. Hey, you know what? That armor would be a little too much if you fell from that height. Let me just knit you these bumper pads to put on them.
Yeah, well, I was thinking like the bubble one that I did earlier in the series. Mostly for kids, whether on the trampoline or climbing trees, and the adults nearby use like a magic caster, and they sees the kid fall and just like poof, and just a big.
You know,
like
so
I get that.
So when I see that somebody else has put one on there, if I see the name, I try not to look at anything else. And I hadn't, and I was really hoping that Zone of Floof would be like you're surrounded by puppies or kitties or something.
Which would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Kind of
But
like
maybe that would be like
Emotions,
summon
like-
floof instead.
Someone flew.
You've got
Instead of like summon demon spawn,
you've
summon
got,
demon
you've got
floof. I
Zone
don't
of
know.
Floof. Need floofy poopies and kitties. Yeah, Joe, did you have one or no?
Yeah, I'm just useless and don't put it on the sheet because that
That's
would
fine. We
be
know.
less work for you.
We
so-
know.
I know, you know. That's great. Yeah, no, I have steaming.
Steaming.
It's a third level. It's not quite as powerful as
What was it
its
before
original
steaming,
counter.
Joe? Just for
Seaming,
seaming. Okay.
Seaming.
which essentially just changes the look of a target creature of your choice. This one has a change. It's got a range of 60 feet instead of 30 feet. You can do it from much further away, and a range of 16 hours instead of 8 hours. Because why wouldn't you want to do this to someone? Unwilling target can make a charisma saving throw as usual, but basically, the target that you choose starts to steam.
It's condensation just starts to.
Yeah, exactly.
the atmosphere.
You can choose the color and the density of the steam. You can make it look, choose whether it looks hot or not, but it has no physical effect. The only thing is, obviously, if you choose a color and a density that is opaque, then the target can't really see anything, or smell anything, or feel anything.
Oh, so it's
'cause
like
they're
a
just
bland,
covered in steam.
kind of stuff. You could also add, if you want it, like higher levels, maybe, Joe. I don't know, because I like the idea of it. Like some points of dehydration, which could equal exhaustion.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like the steam is actually coming from them.
Yeah, like they're evaporating their own kind of like juices.
Definitely,
Let's say juices.
definitely.
That feels
Love
like
it.
the wrong word to use.
That
but-
feels like I don't want to talk about it.
Evaporate my juices.
Lovely.
Wonderful.
Well, Lee, you'll owe us 2 next time.
I'll give you
2.
2 next time. Don't you worry about it.
Mm,
I'll give
better.
you 2. 2 good ones.
All right.
Two good
Well,
ones.
I think that it's time.
It probably is.
Time
to
to
say
what?
goodbye.
Uh-oh.
Well, Joe, thanks for letting Kristen and me, Jason, body swap for this episode. It's been really fun. Although, Kristen, you acted a little too much like Jason and defended Lee a little too much, and I don't appreciate it. So,
I mean,
if you could-
attacked Lee a little too much for being Jason. So.
Yeah, Jason
true.
would never have done that to me.
maybe Jason should just be honest about when Lee is being a piece of shit.
Oh, okay.
Stop trying to cape so hard for him, fucking Robin. Knock it off. Anyway, it's been lovely chatting with you all today.
It has.
It's been great.
Mhm.
It has.
Always enjoyed
It's been
it.
great.
guys.
It's been super cool.
It
It's
has.
almost
Absolutely
teetering on the
good.
edge of Vicky. But not.
It's nearly there.
But no,
Nearly.
not quite there. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. We'll try.
Maybe next time. We'll see what we can do. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you next time.
Have a
Bye.
good week.
Bye.
Bye.
Wherever you found us today, don't forget to like and subscribe for more great content. And if you want to find out more about what we do, how to support us, pick up some merch, and find links to our friends like JB Media, visit us at wickedcoolkids.co.uk.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh,
146.
11, 12.
oh, I can't.
I
count
was
that high.
relying on somebody in this call that let me down. That's all I have to say.
Yeah?
I'm gonna go.
For what?
I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh,
9, 10.
I was too busy typing notes on the 11, 12. I was
Okay.
too busy typing.
Delete
I
it
said it
again
was-
for a second time.
If it's any consolation, I said it in my head. It just didn't come out my mouth. It's always in my head.